Welcome to my channel. Today we'll look into Scrum Guide 2020 updates, Agile Manifesto, birth of Scrum, and overview of the Scrum framework. Let's start with Scrum Guide 2020 updates. On November 18, 2020, Ken Schwaber and Jeff Sutherland published an update of the Scrum Guide. Before we dive into what has changed, let's look into what hasn't changed. What hasn't changed is Scrum is still Scrum. It's still a lightweight framework to solve complex problems and deliver value as a cross-functional team. And what has changed? We have seven major changes. It's less prescriptive now. Pages cut down from 19 to 13. Removal of daily Scrum questions. Scrum Guide focus less on how and more on why and what. Number two, there is removal of a development team within the Scrum team. There are no sub-teams and hierarchies. A Scrum team now consists of the product owner, developers, and Scrum Master. Number three, the concept of a product goal is introduced, providing focus to the Scrum team on the desired future state of the product. Each sprint should bring the product closer to the overarching product goal. Number four, each Scrum artifact now contains a commitment. For a backlog, it's a product goal. The sprint backlog has a sprint goal, and the increment has a definition of done. Number five, the Scrum Guide now uses the term self managing to emphasize that Scrum team chooses who, how, and what to work on. Whereas the previous Scrum Guide referred to the development team as self organizing, choosing who and how to do work. Number six, a new topic Y is introduced to put emphasis on the sprint goal. Before there were what and how. Now they have what, why, and how. Why is important because answer to the why becomes the reason for the sprint goal. Number seven, IT specific language has been removed to make the Scrum Guide more accessible to teams doing complex work outside IT. So these were seven major Scrum Guide 2020 updates. Today we'll talk about Agile values and principles. What is Agile? In 2001, 17 technologists discussed their framework in the lodge at Snowbird. They found a better ways to develop software and wrote the Agile Manifesto with four values and 12 principles. Agile is nothing more than a time limited iterative approach to project management and software development, enabling companies to master continuous change. It is a mindset over a framework, process, or methodology. It is a set of values and principles. There are four Agile values. Agile Manifesto says we can develop software better by valuing the item left side of the list more than the item on the right side of the list. First one is individual and interaction over processes and tools. Valuing people more highly than processes or tool is more important because it's the people who respond to business needs and drive the development process. Second one is working software over comprehensive documentation. Agile gives more value to working software than documentation. The customer is being provided with a working software and changes from the customer more frequently, and hence we have a happy customer. Third one is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. In Agile, customer collaborates throughout the development process, making easier for development to meet their needs. Customers are more satisfied when they are involved in product development rather than just in contract negotiation. Fourth one is response to change rather than following a plan. Traditional software development followed a plan and regarded change as an expense, delivering a lesser value. Agile welcomes changes in spite of following a plan. There are 12 Agile principles that support the values. The principles are very general and they are less about telling you what to do, but they are about giving you the ability to make a good decision. First one is our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Second one is Agile welcome changing requirements even late in the development. Third, deliver working software frequently from a couple of weeks to a couple of months with a preference to a shorter time scale. Fourth, business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. Fifth, Agile gives the team the environment and support they need and trusts them to get the job done. Sixth, the most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face to face conversation. Seventh, Agile states that the primary way of measuring progress is working software. Eighth, the sponsor, developers, and user should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. Ninth, continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhance agility. This doesn't mean we need a big theoretical design before starting to code. Good design can emerge as the software evolves. 10th is simplicity. Keep it stupid and simple rule applies here. Do today only what you absolutely need to do today. No future proofing, no gold plating. 11th, teams should learn to self organize all aspects of software development from gathering requirement to deploying their code and giving demos. 12th, at regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. How do team becomes agile? Some says team to be agile means writing a user story on sticky note cards. Some says it is a methodology for developing software. Some says to be agile means attending meetings. But in actual making each decision based on the principle and values the team has decided to follow makes it agile. Mimicking other teams' action and practices won't make your team agile. There are several situations when the team need to make decisions. Some of them will see. There is a discussion between the team before starting a project about how to get the requirement from the product owner. One of the team member says that the product owner should write all the requirements and sign off on them before beginning the work. A team that is following Agile would say, isn't that inconsistent with our beliefs that we should value customer collaboration over customer negotiation? And doesn't it violate a principle that says that developers should be working with a business owner every day? At this point, team has to make decision according to the agile values and principles. Another situation is consider a developer who is working on the features decided to deliver in next 2 weeks. A product owner comes and informs the developer that there is a change in a feature you're developing. Developer, in spite of refusing for the change, agreed with the change but intimate the product owner for the change in duration. This shows that team is following agile and welcome changes in between. When you have a team that's based on agile, they will be making 100 decisions in each week in the way described above. When we see an agile team, we see the practices they are using, and the practices come from agile values and principles. In fact, a good agile team is probably going to refine and change with the practices with time. Let's talk about origin of Scrum. Scrum existed before the Agile Manifesto was created. Scrum described in the software development way back in 1986. In 1995, Ken Schwaber and Jeff Sutherland jointly presented a paper describing the Scrum framework. Until today, they remain the creators, promoters, and maintainers of the Scrum framework. According to Jeff Sutherland, earlier before Scrum, When they were using the waterfall, usually happens that developers are late and management is putting pressure on developers to get the work done. The more pressure they'll put on the developers, later the project will be. So they started thinking of a new framework. To simplify the process, they created a two roles, a team and a team leader. Team leader was also called Scrum Master. They found that they need some other role to get the requirements of the project as well as representing the user. So they came up with the role of product owner. Earlier, they used to have a lot of meetings. Experience shows that too many meetings slow down the development process. So, in order to speed up the process, they needed to reduce the number of meetings to a minimum amount, which we'll talk about in the later videos. As far as reporting is concerned, the traditional method of using Gantt charts simply didn't work as too many changes occur. So they came up with the concept of a burn down chart to show at a glance how fast the team was going, how much work was remaining, and how much time was left to do it. So this is how they came up with the Scrum framework. We'll discuss about the Scrum framework in the next video. Please, if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, do it now. And if you like, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.